Good morning. It is your girl Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration, with the episode of It's a Lifestyle with Miss Inspiration live on my Facebook and my YouTube channels. Thank you and welcome. And for those of you that follow my podcast, I say a special thank you to you. For those that are following on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, um, Apple Tunes or iTunes, Google Podcasts. It's like on 8 different platforms. Shout out to you. I appreciate you and your support and everything that you're doing to support me. So let's go ahead and get started with this show. It is your girl Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. So when you click the link in my bio, you go to the first link under support. You're going to see pre-order Dear Single and Love audiobook, which is coming January 2023. So if you want to get your order now, click on that link and it will take you to the page where you can actually shop. It's going to give you a quick video where I explain the book. And yes, that is a picture of me in the studio recording this audiobook. So when you click on that and when you purchase, you're going to receive a few things that are not in the physical book or Kindle version. You will get a bonus chapter that is only on the audiobook, behind the scenes footage of me recording the book, a special interview, both video and audio, that my best friend and I did regarding the book. And for those of you that do purchase the pre-order, you will also get a digital copy of my workbook for Dear Single and Love. So go ahead and support. All right. So yes, good morning. Happy Monday. It is your girl Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration, here with another amazing message that we have. So I have my friends over here on Instagram as well. And I do need to get another device because I have officially made over 1,000 followers on TikTok. So I need to go on live on TikTok as well. So yes, I will be doing that. So for those of you that are watching on Facebook and Instagram, sorry, Facebook and YouTube, you just saw the video for my upcoming audiobook that I've been working on. It will be officially released in the January top of the year. Now I'm trying to bring it up right now on Instagram. Sorry. So that Instagram can see what I am referring to. But there used to be a way. But my new audiobook is is available. You can do a pre-order right now. Now, when you pre-order, you go to my website, TanishaShanae.com. For those of you you see right there at the bottom, go to TanishaShanae /connect, and you will be able to, under the first link under support, you will be able to get your copy. Now, this audiobook is going to be very different from the physical book. So this is the physical book of Dear Single and Love. Yes, this is the book that I wrote in 2018. This is the book that I released in 2019. It is available on Amazon as a physical book and as a Kindle version. But the audio book, because I do forget that, other people want to listen. Like some people don't want to read a book, some people want to actually listen. So I had to get out of my comfort zone and I actually went and I recorded the audiobook. So I went to the studio 2 weeks ago. My team, we sat and I recorded the entire book in one setting. So I'm proud of myself for that. But what I realized was that I got to give you a little bit more. So in the audiobook, there is a special chapter that is not in the physical or the Kindle version book. Okay. God gave me a message that morning. Saturday morning, God gave me a message and I had to release that. So I recorded that exclusively for the audiobook. I also did an interview at the end. So my best friend and I, we have been talking about doing a podcast, which is possibly in the work, but we did an interview and that interview will be available also a part of the bundle for the audiobook. And then we also had the back behind the scenes. So my videographer right now is working on behind the scenes, and we are going to do that aspect as well. So there's a lot of things that, I'm constantly working on, constantly trying to just really put myself out there, put my messages out there again, the way that I have been. I think oftentimes we do underestimate our influence, our abilities, and I know that I am definitely guilty of that. So when I started back doing messages in 2014, 2015, they were really just about healthy living because that was the space that I was in, right? I was really into my health. And, I'm getting back into that. God has been definitely correcting me about that for myself. But God also reminded me, like, there's more that you need to be doing. It's not just about the healthy living. It's not just about the losing of the weight. It's about helping people to get to where they need to be in life, where I need them to be. Really, that's most important. Where God needs you to be. It's not about where you want to be in life. It's where God needs you to be. And for many of us, we're not living in our purpose. People are out here just doing whatever they desire to do, and they're like, well, I don't know what else I wanna do. I don't know, if I'm meant to do anything special. You gotta get out your mindset about that. So, that was one thing for me because writing this book, I didn't feel qualified to write this book. I didn't feel like I was the best person that God needed to write this book. Um, and now that I am paying attention, I wrote this book, like I said, in 2018. God gave me this book in 2016 to write. I didn't write it until 2018, and then I did not release it until 2019. When I realized what God was trying to do, God was trying to, He's trying to change the narrative of relationships. So many of us, because I'm also a part of this, I'm single. And I have been very frustrated in seasons. Like there's been times where I'm just like, let me just be with someone. And we try to just be with anyone. We do a any mini miny mo mindset and we just go out here and we try to connect with the person or people that are available at the moment instead of figuring out who's the actual person that we're supposed to be with. Like, let me figure out who I'm supposed to actually be with. So in I want to say the last week, I have had, when I say to y'all, I've had several Facebook groups that I am in for singles, right? I'm talking about my singles. They are, it's just like, it's sad to see because you're seeing amazing individuals. Like, I'm one of those, I'll go on your page, I'm seeing what you're about. They got great jobs, some of them have they have children, they're small business owners. And they have this mindset like, being single, like I just need to meet my person. And I understand the holidays is the worst because I don't know when this whole matching pajamas became like the it thing of relationships, but a lot of people have been, oh, it's December. What is it? Today is December 12th. It's December 12th. So that means that no matching pajamas for me. Stop. Stop with that narrative. Stop putting that energy out there. It's December 12th. You could technically, if the right person, if that person is speaking to God and you're speaking to God and God says yes, I ain't saying go get married, but would it be crazy if y'all Christmas together? And I mean, I think I can still kind of get some matching pajamas. Old Navy's always having a special. I'm not endorsing Old Navy. I am not they're not one of the sponsors. But shout out Old Navy. You do want to sponsor an episode. Please do reach out. Your girl's always I'm always thinking about that. Um, but we have to stop. So this question, what should I do while I'm single? Right? This has been coming up in like at least 3 Facebook groups. And so I've been chiming in, Miss Inspiration's been chiming in. So I'm gonna share with you 3 things that you should be doing while you are in your season of single. And yes, it is in my book. So what I'm telling you, you can go ahead and order. Yes, go to tanishashanae.com/connect. Order your pre-copy of this audiobook. And if you don't care for audiobooks, then go on to Amazon and purchase your book, and you can start reading it right now on Kindle and physical copy. It will be sent to you through Amazon Prime. So you get about 2 to 3 days now. But anywho, the first thing that we should be doing, and I'm gonna put it in the order of, the first, I won't say is the least important. But y'all know me. Number three, I'm gonna go in a little bit deeper. So the first thing I need y'all to start doing is start to enjoy time with yourself. Start figuring out who you are again. Like, the reality is, a lot of you are possibly in this season of single, still thinking and operating the way you did when you were in that last relationship. I'm going to say that again. A lot of you are operating and thinking the same way you did when you were in that last relationship. You were possibly doing things that last relationship with the opportunity for you to do. You probably did nothing in that last relationship. So right now you possibly are doing nothing. We have been telling ourselves, well, I pay all this rent, my mortgage is this, I enjoy my house, I love my home, I work from home. But baby, I gotta go out. I gotta do things, right? This past weekend on Saturday, I had my own holiday tradition. My own. Something that I have done, and I can honestly say to you, I have never shared this experience with a significant other, even when I was in relationships. Why? Because it's something that I want, something that brings me joy. I went to go see Elf, the movie. All right, Regal every Christmas holiday except I think 2 years because of what they didn't have this, but every year they bring Elf back into the theaters for one show on a Saturday at 1 p.m. and it's $5. Five. I got my ticket and I went. I went and I enjoyed myself. I had such a good time because people don't understand when you are out here doing what makes you happy, that's going to raise your vibration. That's going to get you into a space that no one can ever take away from you. So you have to start doing things that you enjoy doing. If you like plays, please go get you a ticket and see a play. For those of you that are in New York, go ahead and get what's that, Today Ticks. I'll put that in the chat. I actually have um I have an account and I can share that with you. Excuse me. So you have to figure out, like the movies, go to the movies. You like going out to restaurants, you like going to brunch, try a new brunch restaurant. Do whatever it is that you enjoy doing. This is about you. This is your season of single. Don't worry about, well, my friends don't want to go, my friends don't have the money. What if people start looking at me funny? What? Stop worrying about that. Worry about what you desire. Because I guarantee you, you're going to see someone else at that restaurant and they're going to be doing the same exact thing. They're going to be by themselves, but they are enjoying themselves by themselves. And if you are single and you're trying to figure out, well, what should I be doing? You need to go out there and enjoy your life. We cannot wait until a man or a woman comes into our lives for us to find happiness. That is too much pressure to put on anyone. If you are single and you're waiting for someone to come into your life to make you happy, you are on the wrong path because you are going to put pressure on someone else where you are supposed to hold that happiness for yourself. That person's supposed to add to that, not come and make you happy. So if you don't know what you enjoy doing, this is why when I was on dating apps, I was noticing, you look at certain people's profiles, they don't know what they even like to do. They don't know. They can't tell you. They don't know if they like the movies. They don't know if they enjoy going to brunch. They don't know if they enjoy going to a play because they have not done anything. So in your season of single, you need to figure out what it is that you enjoy doing, and I need you to start doing it. Do it while you're single. I'm gonna make that into a t-shirt. No lie. Do it while you are single. Some of you have never traveled. Why? Please book you a trip. Do a weekend somewhere. Take yourself to Miami. Take yourself to Atlanta. Go down to Bahamas. Go up to Canada. Wherever you have this desire to go, even if for just a weekend, do it. Please do it, because if that's going to bring you happiness and joy, that's what I want for you to have. That happiness and joy. Okay? So that's the first thing I want y'all to do. So if you don't know what else to do while you are single, there you go. Start dating yourself. Second thing that you can start doing, I need you to start healing. Now, dating yourself is a part of the healing process. All of this is a part of the healing process, actually. But start healing. Some of you need to start working on, you need to heal your finances. So that means that you need to work on paying down some debt. You need to work on building your savings. You need to work on repairing and restoring and improving your credit score. You can start focusing on healing your mindset, right? You might need to get you some affirmation cards, which I forgot to do. So actually, while I'm talking about this, let me shuffle this so we can pull the affirmation card for us too as well, right? So we have different things that we can do. You need to start healing and healing your body, right? Going to the gym, drinking some water, maybe get you some green smoothies. There's so many different things that you can start to do. Healing can also mean forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive your family, forgive your exes, forgive people that have hurt you. Okay. And so when we are healing in our season of single, this is also going to help you with your happiness. This is going to help you to enjoy who you are and what you're doing in this time and while you are by yourself. And this way it's going to take away that frustration. Because see, what I've started to notice is that there are a lot of people that have been in relationships and never healed, and it's not working out because it's not working out, right? You're not healing. You have not healed. There's a lot of things that you need to focus on, that you need to, you know, touch and, getting in tune with forgiving individuals. And you're going into this relationship that's supposed to be a happy moment, and it's nothing, you're not seeing the happy in it, right? You're only seeing the negative in it. So I want you to get into a space where you start to do that work now. Like I said before, you are not supposed to wait for someone to come into your life and fix you. See, that was one of my biggest issues. I was always the fixer in my relationships. And I have told God, I no longer want to be the fixer. I surrender that. I no longer want to be the person that is responsible for fixing anyone. I'll wash my hands, okay? So before we move on to the next thing, I'm going to pull one of my affirmation cards. It's my time to shine. I actually will. I made my own affirmation cards. So sometimes you got to just do what you need to do and pull your own affirmation cards. So it is my time to shine. So yes, it is your time to shine. It is your time to shine. It is your time to shine. So if you are feeling like you're not shining, if you're feeling like you have nothing to shine about, I challenge you to change that mindset. I challenge you to figure out what is and how can you get to that space where you can believe otherwise. Because I believe it for you, right? I believe that you can definitely have self-love. And I know that self-love is becoming a challenge for individuals. It's becoming a challenge for individuals to really believe and to believe that, someone out there can love them. But if you don't love yourself, then that's not going to work out. You can't, if you don't love you where you are today, how do you expect someone to come in and to love you? Again, that's so much pressure on someone that should not have that level of pressure. Like they need to come in. Like I have met people, and you can feel their energy. You can feel how much love that they have for themselves. You can feel like sometimes people will say, well, this person is arrogant. This person is overly confident. I'd rather a person that's overly confident than someone that I have to convince them. Nah, 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 you're beautiful. Nah, you're handsome. What you mean? You're great. If I gotta do that extra work, that means that when they were single, they were not doing the work. I know I am beautiful. I know I am amazing. I know that I am extraordinary. And the things that I wanted to work on and I wanted to fix, I did. Let me tell y'all. You see this? So I started to notice that my left side of my face and my mouth, my teeth started to shift. Like one of my teeth was just like sticking out. It was looking crazy. And maybe y'all didn't notice, but I noticed because it's my mouth. And when I go live and I watch my own videos, I'm like looking like, yo, how y'all looking at that? What did I do? I invested in myself. I invested in my finances so I can improve my finances so that I can make this investment. And I got Invisalign. This is why I sound a little funny sometimes because I have plastic in my mouth. But the Invisalign is an investment that I made in myself so that I'm not, I've seen so many beautiful women and men that won't smile. They will never show their teeth. Now, don't get it twisted. My main gap was never an issue. I'm not closing that, so don't worry. But it was this one tooth over here, and it was just bothering me. So I was like getting to a point where I didn't want to do videos. And I do videos for work too. And I'm like, oh man, y'all want me to do a video? Like, look at my tooth, it's all the way over here sticking out. And I was being extremely self-conscious. I said, you know what? I'm gonna invest in myself. And I did that. And my is I'm halfway through my journey. So we have to, do that kind of work. Do whatever is gonna make you happy where you are today. And then if there's something that you don't like, fix it. Work on it. Work on ways to improve it. I'm tired of my body now. I gotta get back in the gym. I gotta get back to my routine, the way that I had back in 2012, 2013, when I was at the height and the prime of it. That's what I gotta do. But I'm aware of that. I'm not gonna wait for someone to come in and be, oh, woe is me. No, that's not fair to that person because now they gotta sit here and encourage and uplift you. Nothing's gonna be perfect. But you have to get to that place where you love you, that you believe in you. And then that person can come on and continue to motivate you. But if that person gotta come and jumpstart, like come with the cables like they do with the car because you're dead and they gotta sit here and jumpstart your car, that means that you are not. They could be that fuel that can replenish. You came with the full tank. You started going. You're going. Oh, I'm at a halfway point. Oh, I'm at 3/4. I need more gas. That person can come now and they can pour more gas into you because you're already in motion. You're moving. But if they gotta come with jumper cables, no, that's too much work. That's not fair. Don't do that to anyone. Okay. The third thing that you should be doing, and this is the thing that I love the most because this is what I am all about. I gotta start healing. I gotta start finding your purpose. I am operating right now in purpose. Me doing this podcast, me being live, me, building my content, me putting out these audiobooks, me producing my podcast, me producing this audiobook, putting out journals and making connections. That's me operating in purpose. If I want to be ready for that relationship that's coming, I have to do the work. I got to show them the full package of who is Tanisha Shanae. See, and I know that if I don't do that, it is going to cause an imbalance somewhere in my relationship. Let me give you a perfect example. So right now, there are a group of couples that are going through a crisis. They're going through a dynamic right now because one person is waking up realizing there's more to life. I am supposed to be doing more. I need to figure out my purposes. And the other person, and I hate to say it like this, but the other person is kind of like stuck in the matrix. So they're still on the grind, like, no, we gotta get these jobs, get a job, keep a job. There's no time to be, writing books. We don't need to be putting out any podcasts. Why are you trying to be famous? See the impact that we can have as individuals. And then if we have a partner, we come together. Whoa, the kind of work that we can do together, we can be mighty as a couple. Some people don't have that mindset. So you have some people that are like, I want to operate in purpose. They're going out there, they're getting certificates, they're building their brand, they're building their empire, they're making an influence, an impact on communities that need them. They're taking their pain and producing purpose. They're taking something that deep, deep, deep down, it matters to them. Is they cherish it. They wake up thinking about it. They wake up wanting to do this, and that couple is now at odds because they have two different visions of what their lives can look like. And you have some that they get it. I think about Tabitha Brown and her husband. Tabitha Brown, her husband supported her dreams, and that's great. So somewhere in their relationship, she had this dream. She's been sharing this dream. She's been in pursuit of this dream. She's had failures. She had some hiccups, but he's always knew that this is something that she's been dreaming of. And that's beautiful. But that's not a lot of our stories. So a lot of us never shared our dreams. Like when I will never forget, I dated someone who encouraged me to be this person. They encouraged me to write my first book, to share my story, and I did that. But the issue became they were accustomed to being the only person that was impactful on a major scale. Because again, and I don't dim my own light. Like I've been in major publications. Like I've been in Cosmo, Huffington Post, Everyday Health, Dr. Oz. I've shared my story in major platforms, not to be famous, but to be impactful, so that I can encourage and inspire an audience that is going through unhealthy lifestyle habits, or the individuals that need to heal from and face their addictions to whatever it is that they are addicted to. Mine was, I was addicted to pain medication. I share these stories because I know there are people out there that are living and feeling like no one gets them. It's only them that's going through this. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm sharing because I want to inspire. I really do have no desire to ever be famous. But I understand that with these platforms, people are going to notice you. Things are going to just happen organically. And I had to welcome that. I received that. That's a space of receiving. So when you are operating in purpose, as long as you're doing it from a heart of being of a servant, and you understand like God gave me this gift that I should be using. Some people it's going to be radio shows, TV shows. Others is going to be writing books, blogs. Some is going to be dancing. Many could be art. There's so many different ways that God wants us to use our gifts. We just got to get into that space. And so when you are waiting for that relationship to come, and then you are trying to do those things, because now you have the happiness, now you have the joy, now you have that momentum to get up and think about these things. That person did not sign up for that at that time. That was not a part of the plan. Some people go into these relationships and they're like, all right, I got a plan. So we both make six figures. We go get a big house, white picket fence. We have 2.5 kids, get a dog, get a cat, and that's just our family. And in your mind, you have a whole different other plan, but you were not operating in that. You were not thinking about that. You were not believing in that because you were not healing, because you were not happy, because you would not do anything that was going to make you and bring you joy. So it's very difficult for you to now get that person to co-sign. See, people, guys have to know about my lifestyle. See, this is why I understand that in order for the person that's going to come into my life, We have to have similar goals towards that lifestyle. I personally have asked God that that person already be living in that lifestyle, operating at that level, so we have less issues. I feel like if one is already doing it, and then you could just I can just swoop right in with you, cool. But it's sometimes it's difficult and you got to pull them into it. But that's my conversation with God. You can have that different conversation with God on your own. But I want you to get into purpose. I want you to start figuring out what it is that you're supposed to be doing. What are you supposed to do? And if you don't know what your purpose is, that's one of the major challenges that I think a lot of you are going to have. You're going to continue to be in unequally yoked relationships because you are not operating in the space and the place that you're supposed to be at. You're not operating in the level of anointing that God has placed within you. And when I say anointing, I'm not talking about becoming a pastor or like the church choir director. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about whatever God has anointed you to do that only you can do, the way that God needs for you to do it. You got to get into that alignment. And when you start to do that and you start just operating and showing up, I guarantee you, and I do believe that that person is going to show up because you have shown up. And now they're able to see you and they see who, oh, this is who, oh, this is what I'm going to get. All right. Oh, I like this. That's where things are going to start to shift in your relationships. But you have work to do. We have work to do, guys. Okay. All right. All right. So if you are still interested, I'm going to definitely show a book review for my book. So if you have not gotten your copy, go ahead and support. Go, like I said, go to tanishashanae.com/connect and you will be able to put your order in, whether you want the audiobook that's coming out in a few weeks, or if you desire to just get it now and get your physical copy or your Kindle version. All right, hold on.
And I have the Kindle version of your book. And like I said, I highly recommend this book. It is, and I've been, since I've been in Christ, past 12 years, I've read a lot of Christian books, but this book is, relationship wise, it is what you need. So you can get the understanding of how do I choose the right person? How do I, overcome heartache, as we talked about? How do I get in the will of God? Get that book, order it, and read it, and be sure to, she definitely is anointed to serve God in this capacity. And we thank you.
Hello. I wanted to come on and tell you about my amazing coach, Miss Tanisha Shanae, aka Miss Inspiration. She has been my coach for the past 2 months, and she has pushed me way outside my comfort zone. She has me doing things that I have not done before, being coached by her. Things that I was like, oh, I'm not going to do this. But she's like, you can do this. She encourages me, she inspires me, she motivates me, and she is just amazing.
I am amazing. Okay. I accept that. I am amazing. Thank you to Dr. Tamara for that message. So yes, that's also something else that I do have an opportunity for. So you're interested, if you can either email me, Tanisha@tanishashanae.com or missinspiration25@gmail.com. Or you can just go straight to the link, tanishashanae.com/connect. And I do have a special coaching offer right now where you'll get 2 45-minute video sessions with me each month as we are working on towards devising a strategy for you towards either your healing or your purpose or both. Okay. So if you're interested, sign up and let's get to work. We don't need to wait until 2023 to get this work started. Get this work started now, especially if you're single. I want my singles to start having a healthier lifestyle. I want you to start thinking healthy. I want you to start believing in self love and self care and just putting yourself out there, the best version of you. So that when that man or that woman sees you, they're just going to be like, yo, that's who they are. And then the last thing is that we want them to be able to see our fruit. This is something that God has been saying to me so often in the last 3 weeks. You're going to notice them by their fruit. They don't even have to say anything. It's just going to be so evident because they're walking in purpose. They're operating in purpose. They're doing everything that they are supposed to be doing in purpose. That's how you're going to know who that person is. So I want us all to get into that space because I want them to see your fruit. I want them to see who you are and what you are capable of doing. And they're going to be like, wow, that's who I need to be with. That's who my wife is because God is going to tell them. But if we're not doing that work, it's not going to happen. If you're staying stuck in the house, you don't want to go you don't want to go anywhere, you don't want to do anything, you don't know how to enjoy yourself. Yes, a lot of us can sit home. I watch the Golden Girls all day, every day. I am not ashamed to say that. But I know that I can't just stay in the house all day and watch the Golden Girls. Like I have to go outside. I got to do things. I got to go out here and explore and be a part of the world, you know? So being single is not a curse. And if you think that being single is a curse, this is where I challenge you to start shifting your mindset. This is an amazing time to figure out who you are. This is the time that we need for you to figure out who you are. You're not cursed. It is not the worst thing. The worst thing is being in the wrong relationship. The worst thing is being in a relationship where, and I'm going to talk about this later on, where we're going to discuss. A lot of us are so willing to be in any relationship that we're willing to be in a relationship with liabilities. Yes, I said it. Liabilities. I have been in relationships with liabilities just so that I can say that I had a man. We got to get out that mindset. So if you are not capable of enjoying your season of single and seeing the beautiful aspect of it and start healing and start, operating and figuring out what your purpose is, you're never going to find that level of peace that God needs for you to find. I'm just saying. So it's your girl Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration, and I thank you for joining me for another episode of It's a Lifestyle with Miss Inspiration. Again, for those of you that are following me on Facebook and YouTube, please go ahead, go to YouTube, look for Tanisha Shanae. If you are on Spotify, iHeartRadio, like I said, Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, download this podcast and join me over there. If you have Spotify, there are polls and questions you can engage, or you can go to Anchor, and which is my host platform, and you can actually join me over there as well. So I am Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. Have a good one. Be well. Be blessed.